Hey folks, I hope you're doing well wherever you're playing bluegrass at in the world today. I'm Cody, I'm a former student of ETSU's Bluegrass and Old Time Country Music program, and today I'm going to teach you 3 ideas, or licks if you will, from the break I played there at the beginning. We're not going to learn the entire thing, so this should be nice and simple for you here today. If you want to learn bluegrass guitar from the ground up, check out Flatpick Foundations. That's my bluegrass guitar course. There's more information down in the description or at the end of this video. Otherwise, let's get into today's lesson. I've got my capo on the 2nd fret and I'm playing my old trusty G, C, and D chord shapes. So when the capo's on the 2nd fret and you're playing out of that G position as we call it, you are actually in the key of A. That's a great thing to remember, especially if you plan on joining a jam. If a tune is called in the key of A and you're on guitar, capo goes on the 2nd fret. All right, our first lick today, what we're doing here is we're hammering on from the 2nd fret B string to the 3rd fret on a down pick and then up on our high E string with our 1st fret fretted there. So we're doing it 3 times, nice and slow. Okay, one more time there. All right, then 3-1 E string, 3-1 B string, and then we're sliding with our ring finger from the 3rd fret G string, 4th fret to an open G string. Putting that all together. One more time. If that felt nice to you, that's that bluegrass real estate I talk about. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now if you want much more of this in the future. But that last part there, those last 3 notes, put those into your bluegrass memory bank because we're going to play those in a different context here in a second. And that tag, as I'll call it, is very, very important, especially when we're playing out of that G position, because that 3rd fret of our G string is oh so important. So to be honest here, this phrase I just kind of started playing the other day, and the whole reason why I filmed this practice session was to try to integrate this into a break. Don't know where this came from, but here's what I'm doing. I'm starting on the 3rd fret G string, and this pattern is going to repeat itself all the way down. I'll start on the 4th and then the 5th, but here we are. So I'm hammering on and then pulling off on the D string to get the effect, right? And that's why I like to refer to these as ideas, because you can play this with different timing. You can just experiment, you know, just playing, ending in a different way. But just once again, nice and slow. Right, and once again, there's a special focus, as I said, on that 3rd fret of the G string there. Comes out in the first 2 parts of that exercise. By the way, I'm gluing this all together with probably way too many G runs in the exercise. If you don't know what that lick is, there's a free mini course you can download down below with all the basic licks there. But let's get into the 3rd lick or idea here. Very Tony Rice inspired, I must say. You can think of this lick as taking place on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets. A lot of things in bluegrass, a lot of these licks take place right here. Kind of focusing right here for this one. On our D string, we're sliding with our ring finger, 3rd to the 5th fret. Okay, G string, 3, 5, 3, all right. Then hammering on to the 4th fret, letting that ring out, dropping our index finger down, pointer finger rather, and then we're playing our 3rd fret high E string and letting that ring out. But here's the connection. I mentioned in that first lick how important that slide from the 3rd to the 4th fret was. All right? And we're basically playing the exact same thing musically here. We're just playing a different root note there at the end. Okay, now watch that connection point, the 3rd to the 4th fret. So, and that's the same note sequence, gives us a different effect. Folks, if you've been playing guitar for a while but you haven't quite got the bluegrass sound down yet, if you know your G, C, and D chords but they just don't sound authentic or traditional, you're not alone. That's why I built my guitar course, Flatpick Foundations, for folks that have been playing or just getting into guitar and they want a sturdy foundation on which to learn bluegrass from. There's on-screen tabs if you learn better with on-screen tabs, and especially folks that just do well with structured curriculum to help keep you motivated, dedicated to actually learning how to play. And so I promise you there's a whole lot of value in there. Just check the testimonials here. They speak for themselves. Folks, I really appreciate you watching, learning with me here. I've got a whole lot of cool things planned for the channel. Keep with me, like and subscribe. It really helps if you comment. And if you're one of the folks that watches all the videos but you haven't subscribed yet, we will see you on the next one, folks. Bye-bye.